you've heard of red flags. These are indicators that a guy you're interested in is a bad fit for you or an all-around jerk who you shouldn't be dating. Now, yellow flags are less extreme indicators of a potential problem with him as a partner. Where red flags say stop, yellow flags say proceed with caution. Hi, I'm Lucy Goldman from LoveLearnings. We give no-nonsense relationship advice that you can actually use. If you want more, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for a new episode every week. Without further ado, here are the yellow flags you should keep an eye out for when you're in the early stages of dating someone that could potentially hint at deeper issues. 1. Aggressive flirting. If his flirting feels more like mean teasing, this is a yellow flag. There's a fine line between flirting and negging, and it's not always clear where the distinction lies. You have to determine for yourself what's off limits and speak out. But if this becomes an issue earlier on, it might be best to walk away. 2. Little lies. Do you find inconsistencies in his stories? Do some things ring false? Everyone has a different viewpoint, but habitual lying is a problem if you're looking to build intimacy and trust that is vital to the relationship. That's why this goes high up on my list of yellow flags. 3. Trash talking exes. We've all had bad relationships in the past, but repeatedly trashing exes for their bad behavior, especially early on, is a yellow flag. There's a difference between opening up about past negative experiences and trash talking, but it is a fine line. Just know that this is not the same as trash talking all women, which certainly is a red flag. So, if he says you're not like other girls, run the other way. 3. Canceling plans. Sometimes life gets in the way, but if he cancels plans with very little notice, no apology, and no excuse, and does this multiple times, it's most definitely a yellow flag. It can indicate a social anxiety or an overly busy schedule. It can also indicate a serious lack of respect for your feelings and for your time, which is a very serious problem in my opinion. 4. Forgetting things. I don't mean losing his wallet or his keys. This is more like forgetting your last name or your birthday or something you just told him 5 minutes ago. This can mean he's really not listening to you because he's really not interested in getting to know you. That's a yellow flag. 5. Clinginess early on. If he seems more focused on cuddling and affection than getting to know you, this is a yellow flag. Often people get into relationships to simply avoid loneliness and seek validation rather than because they have real feelings for the other person. This is very common with so-called love at first sight and other sorts of whirlwind romances. That said, sometimes when you know, you know. 6. Being overly mysterious. I've been known to say, more mystery, less history, and that still holds true. You two don't need to know every little thing about one another, but if he seems to be avoiding certain topics or if he's cagey and elusive with details about his life, you should be cautious about moving forward. Often, this reticence hints at a deeper problem. 6. Family drama. If he has serious issues with his family, this is a yellow flag. Whether or not the apple falls far from the tree, we model our relationships with romantic partners after relationships we see and experience in childhood. Again, this isn't necessarily a deal breaker, but it does mean you should be cautious. 7. Complaining. Whining is part of what makes life worth living, but complaining a lot to someone we barely know is a warning sign of more to come. That's a yellow flag. Wondering where all the best guys are? What you're really looking for is Amy North's devotion system. Now, not only does Amy teach you how to recognize the best men on the market, but how to attract them and just make them fall in love with you. Go to coachnorth.com to learn more. 7. Bad reputation. I'm of the mind that people can change. That said, if word has gotten around about him, you should take this into consideration moving forward. Again, Yellow flag does not mean run away. It just means proceed with caution. I always recommend getting his side of things. Look for genuine contrition, or at the very least, a good explanation of what went down before you dismiss this yellow flag. I find that conflicting opinions on political and social issues aren't usually a problem in the relationship. The real problem comes from close-mindedness. That is, the inability to listen to the other's viewpoints, accept them, and agree to disagree if necessary. We love men with a passion, but if that passion isn't tempered by empathy, that's a yellow flag. 8. Inability to cook. If he eats out for every meal, this might say something about his level of maturity. Sometimes the golden arches are their own yellow flag. Those are some quick yellow flags to look out for when getting to know a new person. What are your yellow flags? Please leave them in the comments below. And I just might feature you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!